legacy to be, what I want people to say when I'm long gone. I want people to look at me as a full-on entertainer and a good person. So, we'll talk a few years down the line and we'll see where my head is at then, but that's what I want for right now.
I just know that was a murder. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual murder, whether people know it or not. Because God don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring proof. You know what I'm saying? For what I learned. And she just was cut down in the prime of her life. And it's so unfair. And
Mary J. Blige has exposed some dark secrets about Aaliyah's death that were previously unknown to the media, and it seems like the circumstances surrounding her death were much more sinister than we've been made to believe. In a recently resurfaced interview, Mary J. Blige called Aaliyah's death a spiritual murder, hinting that she was sacrificed by the industry. Meanwhile, rumors have surfaced that Jay-Z was in love with Aaliyah and tried to make her his queen, but when she refused, he decided to replace her with Beyonce in every sense of the word, which allegedly includes orchestrating an accident that took her out. People also believe Diddy played a part in this and helped cover it up. Several industry insiders have publicly denounced the story that Aaliyah's death was an accident, claiming there were much darker forces at play. But who were these darker forces? Were they the people behind what Mary J. Blige called Aaliyah's spiritual murder? What did they have to gain by taking out someone as beautiful and talented as Aaliyah? Let's find out.
Adamant that I would do it and that I could do it. And I honestly believe that no matter what anybody said. And I continued. I said, fine, you don't want me, somebody else will. And I will prove it. I will get out there and I will be a star. And I really meant it. And you have to have that frame of mind. You have to have that kind of confidence to make it in this industry or you won't make it. So I did it. And I'm very...
But back in the 90s, there were rumors going around that they were actually sneaking around together, and Mary got pregnant by Diddy. They both denied the rumors and went on and on about how people were making things up. But then they suddenly stopped working together in the mid to late 90s, and they had a very messy falling out. They were on the outs for a couple of years until they got back in the early 2000s and worked on the remix to Mary's song, No More Drama. At the time, Mary claimed that she was the reason for the split because she was such a mess. She said, the reason we split up is me not understanding the business the way I needed to understand it at the time, she explained. He had a label, he had a female artist, he had Biggie, but during the time I was really dogging myself. I was a mess on drugs. Any smart man or businessman would have moved away from me. It felt like he was becoming distant, but looking back, I now understand why. I wasn't delivering properly. I wasn't taking care of my health, so how can he roll his dice on me? But according to an insider, the real reason for the split was that Mary not only got pregnant by Diddy, but he allegedly forced her to get rid of it because he didn't want it to make him look bad. At the time, he was in a relationship with Kim Porter, who also worked at Uptown Records, and him having a baby with an artist signed to the label would have caused a huge scandal that would have made things very messy for him. So he allegedly forced her to get rid of the pregnancy, and this is the real reason that they had the messy split. And this was only in Kim Porter's tell-all book that was supposed to be released. If this is true, maybe the trauma of that experience allegedly has something to do with her changing her mind and deciding that she no longer wanted kids. She said, I have nieces and nephews forever, and I'm always watching how people are scrambling for babysitters. I don't want to go through that. I like my freedom to go and move and do what I want to do. I don't want to have to tend to someone all the time. Right now, that's where I'm at. But I don't think it's going to happen. Diddy's several accusations have caused Mary to look at the situation and realize just how messed up it truly was. But that's not all, because people have started looking at Aaliyah's death from another light and strongly hinting that Diddy and his associates might have had something to do with it. Aaliyah passed away in a plane crash right at the peak of her career, and for years there has been speculation that there was more to her death than we know.